Where did the voices in Deadpool's head come from, and where did they go? Welcome to the Complete Story Series. We take trade paperbacks and single issues and we break them down into digestible bites to help you understand. Then we read it dramatically back to you. All illustrations of the panels, text, and images are to prevent copyright problems, and all art is owned by its respective companies. Don't forget to support this great industry by going out and buying these books online or going to your local comic book store. This is one of the Deadpool annuals. Deadpool has a lot of crazy in him, as proven by the fact that he talks to himself and has conversations with the various voices in his head. But he didn't always have those voices. You see, each writer has done his own thing with Deadpool, from making him a super crazy over-the-top character to making him a sad clown. And while he's had the logical boxes for quite some time, which are supposedly the voice of a doctor with a bell for his head, at least that's what we've been told, the crazy boxes only showed up in his 2008 to 2012 run, and then they vanished from the 2012 to 2015 run. And those voices were really crazy. But where did they come from, and where did they go? Did he just get really crazy and then feel suddenly better? Our story begins with Deadpool sitting on a roof in New York complaining because there are just too many superheroes in New York. How can a guy shoot one blind lawyer without another superhero seeing him? And that's when a man in an odd hat and an even odder uniform shows up behind him. Hi there, are you selling dead ninjas? Do you have any a medium? Aw, who am I kidding? I need a large. He then walks up and boops Deadpool on the nose. Boop me? I'll boop you! And Deadpool cuts off his head. He then catches the head and it starts to talk. Oh, sorry, you can't kill me. I'll just Wolverine myself back together again. So you're Deadpool. I'm Madcap. Deadpool then sticks Madcap with a bunch of ninja swords from the dead bodies. Madcap eyeballs himself and then he stabs Deadpool with a whole bunch of other swords from the same dead ninjas. He then pulls out a bubble gun and hits Deadpool with bubbles. He finds himself quickly in a psychedelic world of warm and fuzzy animals. Deadpool has a few birds drop off his sniper rifle while a deer leads him to a rainbow to get a drink. But in the real world, Madcap is slapping Deadpool with his hat. When I hit you with my bubble gun, you're supposed to go insane, not to your happy place. Stop going insane! But Madcap interrupted Deadpool in the middle of something important. You know, trying to kill Daredevil. And Daredevil has now arrived on the rooftop to finish this. While Daredevil did kick them, both Deadpool and Madcap kind of ignore him, and Madcap tries to pull a sword out of his chest. Oh, I don't have time for you healing factor guys. But he won't need time, because Thor just happened to be flying by and noticed that Daredevil may need a hand. Oh, what the hell, New York? Deadpool shouts. Lightning them, Thor. They're healing factor guys. So Madcap jumps into Deadpool's arms as a giant lightning bolt hits the roof, turning them both into a pile of ash. And as Thor and Daredevil took off into the night, Deadpool heals himself back up, but it looks like it's only him sitting there now. At first, he's curious as to where Madcap went, but it honestly didn't matter. He just walked away, and that's when things got weird. Deadpool was able to hear another voice in his head, a crazier one that would talk to him. Maybe Madcap drove him crazy with the bubble gun after all. The two of them went on a lot of adventures together, from killing the Skrulls by making them all into Deadpools to becoming a pirate, wearing a meat suit, and fighting a hitman monkey. They even did some more serious things like join X Factor, try to join the X-Men, and eventually fight his own evil clone. Until eventually, after an entire run of 4 years in a comic series, Deadpool found himself sitting on a roof in New York looking down on Daredevil with his sniper rifle yet again. You know, right before the Marvel Now run began in 2012. It's the same problem though. There are superheroes everywhere in New York. And just to remind Deadpool of that fact, Luke Cage happens upon him. You know, the guy with unbreakable skin. Deadpool tried everything on Luke Cage, from breaking multiple swords to bouncing multiple bullets off of Luke Cage. Until eventually, Deadpool takes a hit from Luke Cage so hard that it jogs his memory. But it wasn't his memory. What the hell was that? Deadpool says to himself mentally. You weren't supposed to see that, the crazy voice tells him. Wait, are you hiding things from me? The white boxes then begin to take shape and form into something that looks like the Hulk. The voice explains that when Thor zapped both Madcap and Deadpool together, they reformed as one person. And since that time, Deadpool's been driving, but now it's Madcap's turn. So he takes control of Deadpool and he turns to Luke Cage to use his madness powers. And instantly, Luke Cage is forced to dance. This pisses off Thor, who happened to be flying by so much that he yells "Nay!" and he throws his cappuccino off the roof. Deadpool, with Madcap steering, turns to Thor and he forces Thor to become Luke Cage's dance partner. Hey, Deadpool says from inside his own mind, I am not okay with this arrangement. I'm not okay with you in charge, and I'm not okay with all the silly stuff in here and out there. I hate silly stuff. Oh, well then here's an anvil, Madcap says, throwing an anvil onto Deadpool. You do realize we can't hurt each other in here, Madcap. Yeah, I know. I have an idea, Deadpool says, and a light bulb appears over his head. Yeah, I can see that. So Deadpool goes between Luke Cage and Thor, and he has them play tug of war, tearing his own body in half. At that exact moment, both Luke Cage and Thor snap out of it, and they see that they've killed Deadpool. So they decide to leave. But Deadpool and Madcap both form back up on each side of his body. And they officially have their own bodies again. They look at each other longingly, and Madcap gets up and begins to walk away before turning around. I'll call you. And that is why Deadpool had a crazy voice, and why now it's gone. To top it all off, Deadpool eventually hires Madcap to join his group, Deadpool's Heroes for Hire, and they're working together again in the current run with the all-new, all-different Marvel, and that's why I wanted to tell you who Madcap was and his special relationship with Deadpool. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I personally thought it was a really funny way to remove the voice without just writing it out of existence. I'm Benny for Comicstorian, and if you enjoyed this, go ahead and check out the other videos on the screen right now. You just might like those too. I'll see you next time right here.